Every modern war has begun with energy. And in the 20th century, energy had a color the black of oil. When the wells of Kuwait burned and clouds of smoke turned day into night, the world learned a single truth. Whoever controls oil controls movement. The liquid beneath the sand is not just fuel, it is power. Beneath the deserts of the Middle East lies more than half of Earth's known crude reserves. A resource dense enough to move cities, armies, and entire economies. The United States, Europe, Russia, and China, every superpower has tied its survival to this flow. When the supply slows, nations stall. When it stops, wars ignite. From Iraq to Iran, from Saudi Arabia to the Strait of Hormuz, pipelines became borders of influence. Behind every alliance and every conflict lies one equation: energy equals power. The United States built its strategic petroleum reserve, over 700 million barrels stored along the Gulf Coast, a weapon that needs no bullets. Numbers alone reshape the balance of the modern world. Yet oil does more than fuel war. When refined, its heaviest fraction, bitumen, becomes the binder of global infrastructure. Every road, bridge, port, and runway carries the trace of the same energy once fought over in the desert. And if you think it ends here, you're mistaken. In the next section, you'll see how the very liquid of war transforms into the material that carries the world. Keep watching, because just seconds from now, you'll understand why oil doesn't only burn the planet, it makes it move. Inside the refinery, crude oil rises through a distillation tower over 60 meters tall. At 500 degrees Celsius, lighter fuels, gasoline, diesel, jet fuel evaporate upward. What settles at the base is bitumen, a dense black liquid that will never evaporate, never burn easily, yet binds the world together. Under pressure, pumps circulate it through heated steel pipes, keeping it above 160 degrees Celsius to stay fluid. Every ton of bitumen is the residue of consumed energy, proof that what once powered destruction now builds endurance. But oil alone can't make a road. It needs a skeleton, something to bear weight, resist time, and hold every motion in place.
Silent proof that what once powered destruction now becomes the foundation of construction.
Crushed stone, sand, and gravel, the skeleton of asphalt, are dried inside a rotating drum. Flames reach 300 degrees, removing every trace of moisture. Steel blades lift and drop the aggregate, creating a continuous cascade of heat and noise. The material passes through multi-layer vibrating screens. Large grains add strength, fine grains fill the voids. Even dust is recovered and reused, nothing is wasted. But this is only the body of the road. The soul, the binder that fuses everything together, still waits inside the mixer. Stay tuned, because in the next minutes, fire and stone will finally meet, and even a 1% error could destroy an entire highway.
The body of the road is ready, but without its soul, it cannot live.
Molten bitumen is pumped into the mixing drum. where thousands of hot stones spin through steam. At 160 degrees, each grain becomes coated with a microscopic film of black binder. Infrared sensors check the temperature every 15 seconds. A drop below 155 halts production. The binder to aggregate ratio, just 5 to 95, decides elasticity and lifespan. Inside the drum, there is no music, no emotion, only rotation, pressure, and time. From fire and fractured stone, a new material takes form: asphalt. But asphalt is a live cool it too soon. It dies. If you stop watching now, you'll miss how it's kept alive at 160 degrees, where a 10-minute delay can ruin hundreds of tons.
The temperature gauge needle trembles at 160 degrees Celsius. Lights stabilize, the mixer lights fade.
Fire has taught stone to bind, but cool it too soon, and it dies.
The fresh asphalt pours onto steel conveyors, glowing like molten rock. It moves into insulated silos, where sensors monitor viscosity, flow, and heat in real time. A delay of 10 minutes can turn the batch solid. Below, heated trucks line up for loading. Each load is weighed precisely and sealed against air. Asphalt isn't shipped by speed, it's shipped by temperature. But its journey doesn't end here. In moments, this burning mixture will meet open air and spread into the very road beneath your feet. You won't want to miss how that transformation unfolds next. The trucks leave the refinery within minutes, their insulated tanks keeping the asphalt above 150 degrees. Each load is a race against time. The surface must stay hot, or the material will fail before it even touches the ground. On site, pavers receive the mix and spread it evenly across the prepared base. Laser sensors guide the screed with millimeter precision. Every pass ensures the layer stays uniform, neither too thick nor too thin. The air smells of heat and tar. The sound is mechanical and steady. What was once crude oil from deep beneath the desert now becomes the first visible line of a road. But spreading is only the beginning. In the next few minutes, the surface will face the heaviest machines on Earth, and every mistake will be crushed under 10 tons of steel. Steam rises as rollers move slowly across the hot surface. Each pass presses down with 10 tons of force, sealing the asphalt into a single solid mass. The temperature drops steadily from 150 to 120 degrees as the material hardens. Vibrations help eliminate trapped air, increasing density and strength. Engineers measure smoothness and bonding within minutes, ensuring every section meets tolerance before cooling. In less than half an hour, a liquid once burning at 500 degrees has turned into something strong enough to carry the weight of nations. But this is not just construction, it's calibration. Because what happens next will decide how the world moves for decades. Across the planet, over 1.2 billion tons of asphalt are produced every year. More than 90% of all paved roads are covered with it. From rural highways to airport runways, the same black compound connects economies, cities, and people. Its lifespan depends on climate, traffic, and precision. Yet its presence defines civilization. No other material touches human life more silently. Every bridge, every truck, every aircraft that lands all depend on this black foundation forged from fire. And still, few ever see what happens behind those factory walls. You're watching what most will never know: how the world's movement is built, layer by layer.
Every movement you see begins from
Every
the same
road
origin.
begins in heat
The black
and
foundation
ends in
forged
silence.
From heat,
From the
pressure,
wars that
and
ignited
precision.
in oil fields to the highways that connect nations, asphalt remains the same, the black foundation of every journey on Earth. It doesn't speak, it doesn't shine, but it holds everything that moves. This is how energy became motion. This is how war became the ground beneath our feet. And this is how the world keeps turning quietly, endlessly, on asphalt.
This is how energy became motion. how war became the ground beneath our feet.